The year is 1952. The world, still recovering from a devastating war, looked up to the skies with a sense of wonder. The old piston-engined airliners, lumbering behemoths of wood and canvas, were about to be surpassed. A new era was dawning, the jet age. And at the forefront of this revolution stood a gleaming symbol of progress, the de Havilland Comet. Imagine, if you will, stepping aboard this futuristic marvel. Gone were the deafening roars of propeller engines replaced by the gentle hum of jet turbines. The Comet, with its sleek lines and luxurious cabin, promised a future where air travel was not just faster, but smoother, quieter, and more comfortable. This was more than just an airplane, it was a glimpse into a future that seemed limitless. The Comet was a marvel of British engineering, a true testament to the ingenuity and ambition of its creators. It was the brainchild of a team led by Sir Geoffrey de Havilland, a man whose name was already synonymous with aviation excellence. A visionary who had already made his mark on aviation history with numerous innovations in aircraft designs, de Havilland's influence was profound. His creation, the Comet, was the culmination of years of research and development, a project that pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible in aviation. The engineers and designers worked tirelessly, overcoming countless challenges to bring this revolutionary aircraft to life. It was the world's first commercial jet airliner, a groundbreaking achievement that changed the face of air travel forever. Capable of speeds unheard of at the time, almost 500 miles per hour. This was a quantum leap in aviation technology. Imagine crossing continents in a matter of hours, a journey that previously took days by propeller-driven aircraft, or even longer by ship. The Comet made the world feel smaller, connecting people and places like never before. This was the allure of the Comet. It wasn't just about speed, it was about transforming the travel experience. It wasn't just faster, it was smoother, quieter, and more comfortable than any other airliner in the sky. Passengers could enjoy a level of luxury and convenience that was previously unimaginable. The Comet wasn't just an aircraft, it was a statement, a bold declaration of what the future of air travel could be. It was a symbol of national pride for Britain, a beacon of progress in a world hungry for innovation. The Comet represented the pinnacle of British engineering and ambition. As the world looked to the skies, the Comet soared above, a shining example of what could be achieved through vision, determination, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. The Comet's entry into service was met with widespread acclaim. It was a symbol of human ingenuity and the dawn of a new era in aviation. Passengers were captivated by its speed and comfort, marveling at the smoothness of the flight and the luxurious interiors that made air travel a pleasure rather than a chore. Airlines rushed to add this technological marvel to their fleets, eager to offer their customers the latest and greatest in aviation technology. The Comet was not just a plane, it was a statement of progress and modernity. The future of aviation, it seemed, had arrived. Pilots and crew members celebrated this new chapter, proud to be part of something so revolutionary. But this euphoria was short-lived. On May 2, 1953, a BOAC Comet, en route from Calcutta to London, crashed just minutes after takeoff. The news sent shockwaves around the world. People were stunned and heartbroken, unable to comprehend how such a disaster could occur. How could such a technological marvel, the pinnacle of aviation technology, simply fall from the sky? Experts were baffled, and the public demanded answers. The investigation began immediately, but the cause of the crash remained a mystery. Investigators combed through the wreckage, searching for clues that could explain the unthinkable. Then, just a few months later, another tragedy struck. The world was still reeling from the first crash when news broke of a second disaster. A South African Airways Comet, also taking off from Rome, met a similar fate, crashing into the Mediterranean Sea. The eerie similarity between the two incidents was impossible to ignore. The world watched in horror as the impossible seemed to be repeating itself. People gathered around televisions and radios, desperate for updates and explanations. The once celebrated Comet was now under intense scrutiny, and the aviation industry faced a crisis of confidence. The dream of a new era in air travel had turned into a nightmare, and the quest for answers had only just begun. The aviation world was in shock. Two nearly identical crashes, both involving the Comet, both occurring shortly after takeoff. The once celebrated jetliner was now grounded, its future uncertain. The investigation into the crashes was unlike any other. It was a race against time, a desperate search for answers in a world still unfamiliar with the complexities of jet travel. The wreckage of the crashed comets was painstakingly recovered from the sea, piece by piece. Every fragment, every twisted piece of metal, was scrutinized under the watchful eyes of the world's leading experts. The pressure was immense. The future of jet travel, and perhaps the reputation of British engineering, hung in the balance. Section 5. Metal fatigue, the silent killer. The investigation into the comet crashes was a groundbreaking undertaking. It was one of the first instances where scientists and engineers had to grapple with the unique challenges of high-altitude, high-speed flight. What they discovered was both alarming and groundbreaking: metal fatigue. Imagine, if you will, the immense stress exerted on an aircraft's fuselage as it repeatedly cycles through pressurization and depressurization at high altitudes. These cycles, like an invisible hand, were slowly but surely weakening the metal structure of the comet, particularly around the aircraft's square-shaped windows. The investigators found that these sharp corners acted as stress concentrators, accelerating the process of metal fatigue. Section 6. Rising from the ashes. The discovery of metal fatigue as the culprit behind the comet crashes was a turning point in aviation history. It was a harsh lesson, a stark reminder that even the most advanced technology could be felled by unforeseen flaws. But from the ashes of tragedy rose a determination to learn and improve. The comet, grounded and its reputation tarnished, underwent a series of drastic design changes. The square windows, identified as a critical point of weakness, were replaced with rounded ones to distribute stress more evenly. The fuselage was strengthened, and new, more rigorous testing procedures were implemented. The lessons learned from the comet crashes reverberated throughout the aviation industry. New safety regulations were introduced, and the concept of metal fatigue became a paramount concern in aircraft design. Section 7. A legacy forged in tragedy. The de Havilland Comet, once a symbol of progress and innovation, became synonymous with tragedy. It was a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of aviation, where even the smallest oversight could have catastrophic consequences. But the comet's legacy extends far beyond its tragic demise. The investigations, the discoveries, and the changes that followed, although born from tragedy, ultimately paved the way for a safer and more resilient aviation industry. The comet's story served as a cautionary tale, a reminder that progress in aviation, while exhilarating, must always be tempered with caution and a relentless pursuit of safety. Section 8. The evolution of safety. The comet crashes were a watershed moment for aviation safety. Before the comet, the understanding of metal fatigue in aircraft was limited. The industry, still in its infancy, was learning as it went, often paying a heavy price for its lessons. The comet's legacy is inextricably linked to the evolution of aviation safety. The tragedies forced the industry to confront its vulnerabilities and to develop new standards of design, testing, and maintenance. The concept of metal fatigue, once a hidden danger, became a primary focus for engineers. The legacy of the comet lives on in every aircraft that graces the skies today. Section 9. The comet's enduring legacy. The de Havilland Comet, despite its tragic flaws, left an indelible mark on aviation history. It was the world's first commercial jet airliner, a marvel of engineering that promised to revolutionize air travel. It was a pioneer, a bold experiment that dared to challenge the limits of what was possible. The Comet's sleek design and powerful engines symbolized a new era of speed and efficiency in the skies. Its story is a tapestry woven with threads of innovation, tragedy, and ultimately, resilience. The early models faced catastrophic failures leading to devastating crashes that shook the aviation world. The next time you board a modern jetliner, take a moment to reflect on the legacy of the Comet. The smooth flight, the comfortable cabin, and the advanced safety features we often take for granted today are all part of its enduring legacy. The very fact that you feel safe hurtling through the air at hundreds of miles per hour, this sense of security is a direct result of the lessons learned from the Comet's tragic experiences. These are all testaments to the lessons learned from those early days of jet travel. Engineers and designers meticulously studied the failures of the Comet, leading to significant advancements in aircraft design and safety protocols. The Comet may have met a tragic end, but its impact on aviation safety and design continues to resonate. The rigorous testing and safety standards that are now mandatory in the aviation industry were born out of the hard lessons learned from the Comet's failures, ensuring that the skies are a little bit safer for every journey we take. The legacy of the Comet lives on, not just in the history books but in every safe flight we experience today. It serves as a reminder of the relentless pursuit of progress and the importance of learning from our past to build a safer future.